people. God made us united in our diversity. We have one history. We have one destiny. We are Nigerians. Let's rise and
Good evening, everyone. International Anti-Corruption Day is a day set aside to be celebrated on the 9th of December every year. This celebration is regarded as a celebration to try to end corruption in the world. This year's theme for Anti-Corruption Day is Recover with Integrity, and it has a lot to do with the whole world going through COVID-19, the pandemic, and how it exposed the insecurities in the less privileged and how they live. So to discuss anti-corruption in Nigeria today with me, I have in the studio a very able guest. He's a regular here on One Nation, and I will be welcoming him in a moment. But before I do that, let me first welcome you to the program One Nation and introduce myself. My name is Nana Aisha Mahmudu, and it's good to have you join us today. Okay, I'd like to introduce my guests to you all. His name is Dr. Uthman Abdul Qadir. He is a lecturer with the Sociology Department here with Faculty of Social Sciences at Usman Fodio University. I'd like to welcome you, sir, to the studios of One Nation.
I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you, sir. Sir, as we said, this is a huge topic. This is one of the most popular discussions we have anywhere in the world, especially in Nigeria. We hear it every day, corruption, corruption, and now we're talking about celebrating Anti-Corruption Day. What are the main forms of corruption that we see here in Nigeria, we experience?
Well, thank you so much for the invitation. And let me welcome the Nigeria and the international community for setting aside this day in order to mount the anti-corruption day globally. Before looking at the forms of corruption, we can say that Nigeria is blessed with both human and natural resources. And then, but the main issue in Nigeria is living with what we call poverty in the midst of plenty. And then also one of the major hitches of Nigerian development has to do with issue of corruption. You find that corruption pervades every facet of our life. And it has various forms, it has various types. There are typology of corruption, and then in Nigeria. And that is why one of the major issues also, even in the name of corruption, they call it mismanagement, they call it fraud, embezzlement, and so on. Instead of to call corruption, so that issue of mismanagement is giving it a sort of cover and a sort of acceptance. And then corruption can be seen for, we have political, economic, religious, social, so it has a lot of dimension, and it has a lot of magnitude and terrain and severity, and it also deterred our national growth and development.
Okay, talking about, you've mentioned some forms of corruption now. You mentioned like embezzlement, you mentioned mismanagement, and fraud, and so on.
Yeah.
What do you think causes this? Why does it keep on going on and being accepted? Why does it go on?
Well, this is a $1 million question. One of the major reasons why corruption is prevalent in our society has to do with one, the ethos of society. When I said ethos of society, I'm talking about what brings us together. Before, you find that even during the earlier First Republic up to Second Republic, we are living as one nation, one Nigeria. So there are a lot of things that unify us. We are our brothers and sisters keepers. So whatever is happening to you is also happening to me. So you find that there is this social solidarity that's meant people together. But now issue of greed, selfishness, and egoism. I, me, instead of we group. So that issue of me and I and we and them is one of the major problems. Yeah, issue of colonialism that accompanied with what? Issue of capitalism. Nigeria is encapsulated into the world capitalist economy that has to do with what? Issue of primitive accumulation. So you find that people want to accumulate, they want to accumulate. So that issue of brotherhood and sisterhood characterizing Africa and Nigeria is waning down. So apart from that also, we have issue of anomy theory. We have issue of anomy, issue of when the colonialists came to Africa and Nigeria, they colonized us. You find that some of our values have not totally gone, totally eradicated, and then they bring new forms of life and value system. This is what Professor Ali Mazrui called the triple heritage. We have issue of tradition, we have issue of colonialism, and then issue of modernity. These three forces are shaping the life of Nigerians and Africans. That is one. So with this capitalism also, Nigeria has what this distinguished professor, our teacher, Alemika called precipitant factors and forces that pushes Nigerians to be criminal. What are these? He talk about two factors. This push and pull factor. For example, in Nigeria, look at Nigeria now, even when you are working, how much are you earning a month? 18,000, now they said 30,000. Even 30,000, can that take you home? So, and then also, you find that in Nigeria, issue of integrity, issue of honesty, issue of truthworthiness, and your ability and capability will not make you to be, to get a position. And then somebody that is breaking the rule, that is deviant and criminal. Criminal and deviant people are celebrated in Nigeria, unlike in the First Republic and early Second Republic. So, therefore, issue of mediocrity is replacing what? Meritocracy. Therefore, issue of your capability, your integrity does not make you to be a chief in life. That apart, we are also borrowing the capitalist system in America. For example, now, in America, they value so much success and achievement. And then also in Nigeria, if you look at Anomi's theory, it's talking about how individuals become corrupt. How there are issue of adaptation and means. Nigeria says the means and goal. Every Nigerian family is teaching its children two basic things. You have to achieve, you have to get success. How do you get it? That means the means. In Nigeria, we don't have legitimate, lawful means to be successful and then to get rich. In Nigeria, one of the major sources of achievement is education. In First Republic and Second Republic, education is almost free or is subsidized. What about now? Government take care of everything, but now if you don't have money, you are earning 18 or 30,000 a month. You have one wife or two children. Can they go to school? What about hospital? And so on. And at that time also, you find that the public school is for both rich and... But what about now? Now there's exceptional school for rich and poor. Therefore, the social mobility in Nigeria, social mobility is always close. It's almost close now. But before, education is one of the sources. The moment you get education, you can attend anything. But now, issue of education is not easy. Even when you finish university, getting a job now, you want to be custom, give 1 million or 1.5 million to get an offer of custom, or immigration, or CBN, or NNPC. You need to get upper class. How many people get upper class? Upper class is for the upper family. Then, yes, so getting education, then also employment. It's not for the poor. Even when you get employment, so the moment you get education, you have economic means, then you have easy access to politics. The moment you have easy access to politics, you get money. The moment you get these three, then you will be recognized. So this is it. And therefore, these things are scarce. It's not for the whole people. Therefore, people cut corners. So in getting cut corners, that's how they become corrupt.
So what are some of the measures that you think should be in place that for all this corruption or the causes that we see to be eliminated?
The causes are manifest, and it has a lot of negative consequences. And that is why Nigeria is always becoming backward. And that is why now Nigeria is seen as the second most corrupt nation in the world, and most poor, and especially in northern Nigeria is one of the violent and most vulnerable population in the whole world, ranking in Afghanistan and Syria. So any statistic that is showing upper, any statistic that should, for example, education, social mobility, life expectancy, anything that is good, Nigeria is down. No, it's up. Anything that is bad, you find that Nigeria is ranked higher. Most corrupt, most poor, most lack of
insecure.
Yes, insecurity. Or anything that is bad, you find that Nigeria is at higher rank.
So what do we do?
What we do is, one, we need to change the ethos and our value system. For example, now in the First Republic and even Second Republic, the moment somebody steals, to get a wife is difficult for you. There is this social stigma. People will detach themselves from it. But now the consequences in Nigeria, the more you steal, and that's why they didn't even call it stealing. They said embezzlement, mismanagement, fraud. You get it? So they give it a lighter word so that people doesn't look at it as a crime. That is why now corruption is seen as a white-collar crime, which is more dangerous than kidnapping, is more dangerous than armed robbery, because that is why we call it pen robbery. This pen is one of the things that causes so much consequences on what? Economic growth and development in Nigeria. So one of the way is we need to tell ourselves the truth, that this corruption has a lot of negative consequences and is not taking us anywhere. We have to think, we have to have patriotism, we have to have nationalism, and then we have to have a sense of belonging in Nigeria, and then we have to have integrity and self-esteem. The moment you have integrity, self-esteem, patriotism, and then you imbibe this issue of ethos, and then this moral and religious value. Yes. For example, you find that the majority of Nigeria are religious. But the problem is our religious practice is more of rituals. We go to Friday mosques, we go to church and so on. But when it comes to issue of interaction, issue of what? Mu'amalat, we are almost zero. Because how can you be, Nigeria is ranked as one of the most religious countries. How can you be very religious and very corrupt? The two cannot go. Negative, positive, all at the higher speed. No. The moment you are religious, then issue of corruption, issue of bribery, issue of all those negative values should be down. Because the moment you are religious, then that aura of religion should reflect in your conduct, in your character and characteristic. But in Nigeria, it's high. You find people still and build religious places and tell God, this is your share out of my looting. So one of the way forward is our religious leaders should stop manipulating religion. Some of the religious leaders are misinterpreting the religious text, that the more even you can use corrupt money to cleanse yourself, to get easy paradise easy, maybe by building a mosque or a church or whatever. The moment you steal and then you give to the poor, then you have easy access to paradise. This is a dangerous interpretation of text, incontextual interpretation of text. Then our traditional rulers should stop giving traditional title to corrupt leaders. Then I'm happy our university has taken that step. Before university usually give honorary degree to these people, but now it has cancelled. So this is one good way. The moment you have any political position and so on, or any dubious corrupt character, universities don't give degrees now. So if traditional rulers are not awarding or giving title to people of questionable integrity, then our media also should stop giving this, award, or inviting them. Because the moment you are giving them award, you are inviting them, you are giving a colorful
publicity.
Which means what? You are encouraging the corruption. The general public will say, may God prolong your life so that your corruption will continue and then you kill us. Yes, so these are some of the things. And then our family system. Before, First Republic down to Second Republic, integrity, trustworthy. You find people spending 30, 35 years in service without any corruption. Most of them, they finish, they don't even own a house.
Yeah.
But what about now? But those times, if somebody is allowed to be corrupt, to get a wife is a problem for him. Even people will detach themselves. There is that social stigma. People don't want to associate with him, which is more than the formal punishment of prison and so on. But if society encourages it, that's why I look at it. In Nigeria now we have anti-graft laws and agencies, institutions, EFCC, ICPC, but does people stop corruption? No. The more of this institution, the more corruption. Because of what? The more people are corrupt, then they have easy access to political power. So we have to also change our political process for people with integrity. Issue of godfather. In Nigeria, you don't have godfather, you don't have money, you hardly get access to even becoming a councillor or local government chairman or House of Assembly. But look at India. India, they look at people with integrity. Even though India is the most corrupt nation, but you find that they can get a primary school teacher or any person in industry or working in media, very good person, they will call him to buy for a governorship election and so on. So these are some of the tactics, these are some of the strategies, these are some of the measures. Yes, so each and every one of us should tell ourselves the truth, that this thing is not good, and we have to fight it. We fight it both internal and external. Okay. And we need to tell our children, and then the school need to also change by imbibing, by teaching, and then our religious leaders, they need to change, and then our sermons. We need to tell ourselves the negative consequences of corruption, how it retards our development, our even psychological and spiritual domain is affecting us. Because the moment you are corrupt, even your children, you may hardly get a decent children that will have a future.
Okay, sir, these are very valid points, and I do agree with you. It takes all of us to actually make a change. Yeah. But before we continue this conversation, I'd like to take a short break, and we will be right back. Stay with us.
NTA Sokoto is now everywhere you are. Straight from your Android phone, you can now watch a wide range of our programs. Stay abreast with latest news, be entertained, as well as promote your goods and services. Simply subscribe to NTA Sokoto social media accounts via Facebook, NTA Sokoto News Update, YouTube, NTA Sokoto live stream, and follow us on our website at www.ntasokoto.com as you watch, subscribe, like, and share with your loved ones. So, what are you waiting for? Launch that vital search on your Android phones now, and you will be glad you did. NTA Sokoto, keeping you abreast anywhere, anytime.
Okay, if you're just joining us, you're still joining us on the discussion on anti-corruption, and I am here discussing with Dr. Uthman Abdulkader, a lecturer with Usman Danfodio University, specifically the sociology department, and he has been on the discussion and enlightening us. I'd like to continue discussion at this point with my next question, sir, which is, you spoke about earlier. You spoke about Nigeria, our family, the family system, and how we view corruption. What do you think is the major attraction, especially for the youth who haven't gotten there yet, that aspire to become leaders of tomorrow? What do you think is the major attraction for them when you hear children say things like, "I want to become a politician, so me too, I'll be rich," and things like that?
Yeah, this is a very valid question, and the moment we get answer to this. And the answer to this is the children, the young people, we have what you call anticipatory socialization. That means our younger one, our children, always imbibe what we are doing. For example, you are a newscaster, your children want to be like you. When you are a lecturer or a medical doctor, you ask your children, they say they want to be a professor or a consultant. So children learn from the adult members, from their significant others, from their primary others. So issue of why making it attraction is because it is going with reward. The reward, political, as I said, public reward, because people are recognized. If somebody is corrupt and then the society didn't recognize him, the moment somebody is corrupt, he has a higher chance of marrying in every decent, what you call it decent, or any family, any strata of the society. Whether those people are traditional rulers, religious leaders, political, that is what. And they also have access to power, to political position. And then they have social prestige. So, and these are the three bases of social stratification everywhere in the world. Education, they have easy access to education. The moment they have education, they have easy access to what? To occupation, to employment. That is why now, go to an MPC, even this year, those people that are employed, most of them, at least 90% come from upper class. So issue of easy access, because even when the uppers, the appointment letters are sold 1 million, 1.5 million, who had the money? Most of this, the more you are corrupt, the more you have easy access to everything. Whether it is education, whether it is employment, whether it is political position, and even social prestige.
So this makes it attractive.
So much attractive, because let me take you back to First and Second Republic. In that period, the more you are corrupt, once you even allowed to be corrupt, people disassociate themselves with you. You will hardly get a wife, because any person wanted to attach his daughter or his son to a decent, truthful, and honest family. That is what. Issue of corruption and religion. Religious leaders and religious institutions will disassociate. Traditional rulers are looking for people with a higher esteem, integrity, and honesty, even when they don't have money, but they have integrity. Look at in our villages before. Once you are a headmaster, or a dispenser, or a policeman, or a newscaster, whatever. So people give you that respect. But now, the more you are corrupt, the more you are getting respect. So that one is what pushes and pull individual to be corrupt.
Okay, sir.
So these are the attractive things.
All right, so we're winding down now because it's almost time. But I'd like to ask you one last question, and I need a quick answer. Do you see Nigeria succeeding, moving forward, and growing into our dream country if we don't take care of corruption?
Not only Nigeria, no nation will get its dream, aspiration, or goal. And when corruption is attractive, and then when there is push and pull factor, and when we are celebrating, when corrupt people are celebrities, when we worship them, when we respect them, when we revere them, when we owe them, and when we hug and embrace them. No nation. Look at every advanced nation. Look at America. Every nation that accepts this corruption, that nation will not move forward. And it cannot be one indivisible nation. It will disrupt the that oneness of that nation, and then a lot of insecurity, underdevelopment, ingress, and then we will have this public policy somersault and so on, and then that nation will doom.
Thank you, sir. This has been a very vibrant discussion, and corruption does that. Whenever corruption is on the table, and you're talking about anti-corruption, how to solve the issue, it's always a vibrant discussion. I hope our viewers at home have listened intently and actually taken something away from this discussion. Thank you, sir, for joining us today and giving your own.
I really appreciate.
That was our discussion with Dr. Uthman Abdulkader, and he has said a lot. He has said it all, in fact. I've said this before, and it is said that a leader is a reflection of its people. So if our leaders are corrupt, then we need to take a look at ourselves personally, and we really need to do our own part. Change begins with us. If we change, then our leadership changes, because we start making different decisions and the right ones. So I hope you took something away from this program today. I hope you join us again on One Nation next week. It's always a pleasure having you. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
We are Nigerians. We are one people. God made us united in